Hi, everybody. Today is Monday, November 16th, and as you can see, I'm trying out my new headset to see if that helps with volume. Doesn't help with my hearing because I can't hear anything. Uh, okay, so as usual, just gonna tell tell you my take on stuff. Um, what I got, I was gonna say I got something, but I had a vision or a dream last night, and it's pretty interesting. I gotta admit, it's we all know that we're going through all this uh, election stuff and whatever. I'll just it's it's difficult for us people in the truth movement, or basically people that are trying to just have free speech. I know this is United States of America, and it's really tough times to have. You can't speak freely. It's tough for us to try to filter out what we're saying as we say it, so it makes things more difficult. And I don't like talking in code. And I don't think anybody does. It's like I just want to tell you guys exactly what I see and what I'm thinking. Anyway, so I'm going to try that. um, it's pretty interesting. Last night I got this. I'll just call it a vision then, but they were showing me that as of this weekend, or I'm not exactly sure, um, there's been a shift in a timeline. And I know I've described how timelines work before. I mean, timeline is, in a sense, just kind of changing your mind, just deciding, yeah, you're not going to go to work today or something. That changes the timeline. So if you're when I say, hey, there's a shift in timeline, people are thinking, well, what's going to happen? Is there going to be lightning and thunder and stuff like that? No, actually, they shift in timelines go by seamlessly, like as in it seems like it was just meant to be. So you won't find any difference, and that's exactly kind of what I was shown is. Except for this is kind of profound if it's true. I mean, I'm just going to just tell you this, whether I can back it up with anything. But the shift in timeline it's a separation. What was what they kind of showed me, and that's why lately there's been so much lying, let's say, by the deep state media, um, that someone else won an election or whatever, and they're just so blatantly lying. Like it's to the point where actually us that are aware of the lying, we're like, oh my god, this is crazy. How much more obvious can it be? You're saying you must be just saying the moon crashed into the earth last night. I mean, you guys are making this stuff up. Anyway, so what I was shown is because of all that elevated lying, it was in a sense a way of, okay, this is gonna not sound necessarily very nice, but it's like a final harvesting of uh, captured spiritual energies. So I, in a sense, okay, what they were saying is the energies on Earth now are going to start to get lighter, because what's happened was we were like crashing of these two. Let me put it this way: like sleepy people versus awake people, and we're really butting heads, and we're clashing. We're like, no, this is true. This is true. This like almost like two realities are playing out, and that's why it's a timeline shift. So what they showed me is yeah, basically it's one is gonna go one way and one is gonna go the other. I'm talking about timelines. So the people that fell for the narrative that said, okay, the B guy won and Mr. T is bad, that type of thing. they're going, their soul or spiritual energies are going with that narrative. Like they're literally, okay, they're splitting off going, okay, this is the reality that they chose. They actually want that reality. And then us that have been breaking free all this time, we're going this way. And they said to me that it's going to go throughout this whole week. It started this weekend. So they said because of that, because it's like our spirits are linked together, that it's going to get lighter for us now. Because it's like we're not going to have this pullback. They're not pulling us down anymore. And it's not the people, it's the narrative and the lies that basically we're fighting against. And so we're going to be getting more, you can call it higher frequency or whatever, but we're going to be becoming more free. And because of that, what we're heading for is, I call it the aha moment. It's people are, because we're gonna, it's like literally almost as like you're stuck in the mud and now you got your foot or your boot out of the mud and you're just shaking off the mud and the dirt, and it's like now you're finally free. So now you can actually walk around, but it was actually literally dragging you down and you were stuck there. So now we're free and we're gonna go head towards higher frequency, you can call it, or an awakening. But so the people that have chose this timeline, which is breaking free from these controllers, we're going to go through the truth crash, which is all this stuff is going to be revealed. I mean, for us that we've been awake for a while and kind of figured it out, it's not going to come as a surprise to us necessarily, but we all have to go through it together. So in other words, it's going to be exposing the dark side, and it's not going to be fun again. But this is what they were showing. What I was seeing is that it's going to slowly get lighter and lighter and lighter. So we're going to have less things bogging us down. We're gonna start raising, and this whole thing was planned. This, especially the election fraud and things like that. It was meant to basically culminate into an event in a sense. So what we perceive is like, hey, what's going on? We're getting ripped off and life is crazy. And what's with the media? How come they're lying so much? All that is an event. That's it, and that's why it's so stressful and everything. So I guess in a sense what I was getting was it can only go up from here. I guess it can't get any worse, because like we literally did dodge a bullet. It was like, wow, that was a close call. And this has been talked about for years before. It was about raising the human consciousness enough so that we can get the heck out of that timeline. Literally, it's like because whether we realize it or not, we're writing our own history. We are participating in making those decisions, but it's all subconsciously. And the dark side knows that, so it realizes if they can subliminally give us messages, which it's more overtly through media, but I'm just saying they are trying to hijack our storyline. And like I said, it from what I've saw was we've broken free. It's like we went through this. It's like almost like tearing the fabric. It was like going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and rip, and it literally did. It ripped it so that, I mean, and the thing is, I was going to say, but the sad part about it is some souls, and which what I was shown did happen. Some souls did go down the other timeline, but from a cosmic perspective, or from kind of what I'm shown is, obviously none of us ever die. This is all just accumulated experiences. Those souls chose to do it, I guess. So it was something that they wanted to live out. And I know myself now that and I've kind of touched on it every once in a while about me waking up to my mission, or realizing why I'm here and what's going on. Especially these last 5 years, I've been seeing. They've been. I've been. I understand kind of where I'm from, and some things that I can't really tell you guys, because it's really, really, it's crazy stuff, and nobody's gonna believe me. But anyway, I'm gonna kind of touch on it a little bit here. I'll just say that, for instance, I'm not sure how old I am. I'm talking about my spirit or my soul. Billions of years? I don't know. It's hard to say. And as a matter of fact, they're holding back a lot of information, or maybe I'm holding it back for myself. But what I'm getting at here is, through those billions of years of experiences, that all of our spirits, we choose to play them out and see what it's like, including playing a bad guy. It's almost like it's theater. It's theatrics to a certain extent. But anyway, I've been shown just snippets of some of my past lives, and a lot of them were just not fun at all. They were like, incarcerations, lots of physical abuse, all that stuff. So what I'm getting at is it's almost as if we are actors, or not actors, but I'm just saying we're going, you know what? I want to learn that experience. It's like, if you want to find out what it's like, it's like, okay, well, you've heard how terrible, working in a coal mine is, or something. It's like, it's cold and damp and scary and dark. Well, just say, you know what? I want to get on there, and I want to get a job there and work there for a week to find out what it's like. Just so, because you're fascinated with it, but you don't want to live like that. But you just want to just test it out. So you work underground for a week, and then you realize, wow, I'm glad I don't do that for a living. So that's what we do on a cosmic level. We try things out all over the universe. We try out different physical incarnations, all that. I know I'm going on about other stuff too much again. But anyway, so I guess my point is, for what we're going through lately, is I think the worst is past. That's really what I'm getting. And you'll hear that from other people that are talking about the same thing. And even when I woke up, I knew the destination. It's like, wow, we're getting out of prison. This is going to be great. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I know that's the direction we're going. So, and like I said, at this stage, or this chapter in this story, this theatrical play, or whatever, however you want to look at it, yeah, I feel that we're going to start it's going to get lighter, or better. As frustrating as it is, because we all go, just arrest somebody, everything. You got to keep in mind, this story is not written for. It's not. First of all, it's not an easy story. This is not an easy accomplishment. So it's not all here just to make us all have happy lives and pay our mortgages and have good food and go visit friends and stuff like that. This is about lessons, and everybody's on kind of different levels and different lessons that they want to learn. Like, some people, we all want to learn something different. Anyway, so I guess kind of what I'm getting at is I think things are going to start getting better. It's, well, not better, but we're on a timeline to correct it. we're breaking. We was like really stuck together. And it's like snapped. We broke it off, and now us that chose, we want to expose the darkness, and we want to start heading in a very positive direction. We actually have to break free of it, sort of. But what we just went through, or we're just seeing the tail end of it, was the dark side playing their best last cards that they had to try to capture as many, I'm just going to say it, as many souls or spiritual energies as they could. So, and again, take this as a grain of salt. I'm just telling you kind of what I see and how my take on this for now. So, yeah, I think this week is going to get better. Let me put it this way. I keep saying this over and over again, so you're probably getting bored of hearing it. But we're going to win. We're heading in that direction for sure. So stay positive and be as happy as you can for now. Okay, bye.